talking about my network, out of these 3,000 people, you guys the best among the best, and got the privilege. Right? So which is like, these are the, in network marketing always it's like this. 95% people, the ratio, 95% people, 95 of them, they're only making normal money, normal income, right? The 5 of them, 5% of them will be making extraordinary income. So we are in that category, all right? So now, without further ado, we're gonna arrange I arranged Mr. Tahir, who is my mentor, to give this session because you know why? I believe everyone aware because in previous platform, he had about nearly 1.3 million people, networkers in his business, right? Talking about having 1.3 million people, it's a very big achievement, right? So talking about if you want to go from Penang to KL, once you went to the place, you know how the route to go there, right? So you want to go for second time, third time, you know how to go. The same thing. So he already achieved that level, so it's easy for him to take us to the level where he reached before. Alright? So without further ado, let's put our hands together and welcome Mr. Tahir Hussain.
Thank you very much. A very warm welcome to all of you, and it's lovely to be here. It's my first time in this nice place, and we're going to do something very amazing today, just recovering from my health. All right, okay, so just a request. Usually in a training like this, we don't have to say this, but I'll just say it. Have your phones on silent mode or get them switched off. All right, first of all, congratulations to all of you for making it, being over here from over 3,000 people who are a part of Lechmi's group. Because this training today is not just about telling you what to do, but it's more about setting a whole different standard on building your business. Today your beliefs will be questioned. Today your strategies will be questioned, and the reason they will be questioned is because they are here to take you to a whole different level which you haven't seen so far. If you guys don't hear me properly, please stop me so I can talk more louder, and if I can't, I'll just use the microphone. Am I coming loud and clear to you guys at the back?
Yes.
You all can hear me? Okay, thank you very much. So this is what we'll start with. A simple story of the 5% and the 95%. I'm not so sure that how many of you know that if in this world 5% of the people control the wealth of the entire world. 5% of the people control the wealth of the entire world. So here's a survey. It was done a few years back, and it was told that if a lot of people say, bloody hell, that's not fair, right? You see, Bill Gates says if you were born poor, it wasn't your fault. But if you die poor, that's absolutely your fault. You can't blame your parents, your government, your girlfriend, your spouse. You can't do that. Okay? So here's a survey, a very interesting survey, that showed that if 5% people, their wealth was taken and equally distributed to the other 95%, equally distributed, in a few years, all that wealth will come back to the 5% people. Wow. Why? Today we're going to talk about the 5%. Why? If I would tell you that every minute would cost you 500 US dollars, how many of you would be late by 30 minutes? Wow, does that motivate you not to be late? Right? Now we know this story about Bill Gates, one of the richest person on this planet, that the biggest bill in America is a $100 bill. So if that bill drops down and Bill Gates picks it up, he would actually earn around $400 to $500 doing that, doesn't matter which time of the day. Wow. Right? So today we're going to set new standards. You're going to set new standards today because that is what is needed if you want to go from where you are today to where you want to be. Those new standards. Okay? So that's what we're going to discuss. Now, the first thing is timing is very important. If the training is at 6 o'clock, it is at 6 o'clock. Right? I know it rained. I know there was a traffic jam. I know that $1,500 doesn't matter to any of you sitting over here, right? It does. The question is, are you going to keep giving excuses? Everyone gives excuses about something. Now here's a thing. If you are alive, there's always something that you can improve about yourself. That's a nice place to start from. Right? Let's start with being on time. You represent the best of the 3,000 people. A lot of people say, that government isn't good because they don't do that. They might be right. You represent the best of the 3,000 people. So if you're late by 30 minutes, God help your people. That's not the standard you want to live with. So if there's a bad traffic, why was I not late? Come early. It won't hurt you. Set that standard. When I came to Malaysia, Penang Island, people told me that if you're going to do a 7 o'clock presentation, you better tell people 6 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, no matter what happens, we're going to start at 7 o'clock. So guess what happened the first time we did that? Only a few people showed up. But we're like, okay, so what do? We compromise? Or we stick with our standard? Oh, people don't come at 7, so it's okay if they come at 7:20. It's okay if they come at 7:30. No, we didn't compromise. It's okay if we start late. No, we didn't. We said, this is the standard that I would like to have in Malaysia on day one. Because if I compromise that day, I would compromise the next day. And the day after that, and the day after that, and let that become a habit. Robert Kiyosaki says that winning is a habit. Right? But you have to build that habit. So someone asked Robert Kiyosaki that, how are you such a successful investor? He says, very simple. Every time I invest, I evaluate at least 100 deals. Wow. How many of us do that? I'm just talking about Robert. So winning is a habit. Now, if I've closed 10 deals, whoa, I've already evaluated 1,000. Why? Because every time I've got something to learn. Winning is a habit. But that habit takes a lot of pain. That habit takes a lot of courage. That habit takes a lot of things that need to change inside you. And that's what this training is all about today. We set the right standards. Question everything. Question everything that is stopping you from growing forward. People who do not respect time or find excuses for not being on time wouldn't make it big, I can promise you that. Success leaves clues behind. Just look at those clues. What did these guys do? Some of those successful people, they put their hand in anything, jackpot, gold mine. Why? Like Warren Buffett, people are waiting for this guy to say something about what's going to happen to the market. Why? Can he look into the future? Is that what he can do? No. Because of the experience, because of the habits that they've consistently built over years, months, and decades. Does that make sense? So the first thing you need to start doing is raise your standards. That's the first thing people do. Why? Because if you want to be there, right, see, if you don't want to be there, if you don't want to be the cream of the cream or the best of the best, then you probably are in the wrong training today. Okay? So a lot of things will be questioned today. So the first is belief. Now here's a question. Someone comes up and tells me that, Tahir, I followed you 90 days getting started training. I did everything that the slide says on it, but I am not getting where I want to go. And why is that? Why is that? Why am I not getting where I want to go? You said make your list. You said do this. You said do that. You said I'm not getting there. I'm doing it. There's something known as what you know. is something known as what you will act upon. Two different things. What you know is important. You knew that you had to be here at 6 o'clock. And some people were here at 6 o'clock. Some are late, some are still not yet here maybe. The difference is, what did you act upon? What happened? I've got a perfectly genuine excuse there. That's something beyond my control. There was a traffic jam. And the traffic jam was there because God sent rain. So go and ask God, why am I late, you know? That's not good enough, right? Because things that you cannot control, can you go and do that with God? No. But I wish there was no rain to this. You could have left early, something that you can control. Okay? So, knowing is not enough. Acting on what you know is important, unless you don't value it. Unless you don't value it. You want to be successful, you want to be the 5%, go and learn their habits. Knowing is not enough. Acting on what you know is important. You know, all these great people out there, their success stories are not like hidden. We live in a world of technology where internet has given you more opportunities and everything is out there. Google, just Google it. It's there. Why don't we do it? Because, and even if we know, why don't we act on it? Even if we know, why do we don't act on it? We have people earning over 10,000 US dollars a month in smart media in Malaysia. They've been in the business for 7 months, 8 months, 6 months. Why are they doing it? Why are we not able to do that? Knowing is not enough. Act on it. And if you don't know, then God be with you, because I really don't know what to say. So you need all the information, all the books, all the videos, all the successful people, every single slide, every single sentence, every single word you need to know before you act. A lot of people know but they don't act. A lot of people know but they don't act. The question is, why? Why do they do that? Why? Les Brown, one of those great speakers, I remember something. He said, most of us live our lives with handbrakes on. Wow. Most of us live our lives with handbrakes on. How many of you drive here? Even if you don't drive, you know what I'm talking about, right? Can you drive a car with your handbrakes on? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? The car won't move. The car will move and then the engine might get burned out or your tire would. That's what happens with people's lives. Because they are driving their lives with the handbrakes on. Where is the handbrake? Traffic jam. That's a handbrake. That's beyond my control. I can't control. You could have controlled being here earlier. That's very important. Is it easy? Maybe not, because it's a habit. Change it. And if you can't, get someone who does it and make them change it. Be open-minded. Be ready for the change. If you're going to resist what I'm going to tell you today, you're not going to make it. Pretty simple. You're not going to make it here. You've made it here so far, that's wonderful, but where are we going from here? Smart media is going to create millionaires in 2014. Are you going to be one of them? If that's what this meeting is all about. This meeting is the beginning of what that would look like. But to get started, you need to get your core values right. And one of them is why people don't act on what they know. The first thing is because of their belief system. The belief system says that it's okay to drive with the handbrakes on. Right? I'll give you an example of a belief system. No matter how motivated you are, no matter how excited you are, no matter how knowledgeable you are, no matter how skilled you are, if your belief system says that I'm going to take a Ferrari, I'm going to drive towards the east because I want to see the sunset, you're never going to get it. That's a wrong belief system. You want to see a sunset? Drive towards the west. Simple as that, right? So that's what most of us are doing with our lives. Having a belief system where we say it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So you say so many times it's okay that you realize that your car is not moving anymore. Right? That's how we're driving our lives. So how do you change your belief system? How do you change those habits? The first thing is you question every single thing. Why? Why? Why am I late? Let's start with that. Why is it that I invite 20 people, 20 don't show up? I was talking to someone from Sabah yesterday, and she said that I invited 11 people, I did the presentation with them, and all 11 said no to me. Why? I don't know why. Is that good enough? So here's a question. I'm presuming that all of you set goals. Because if you don't set goals, I don't know how did you make it. Alright? So, ever happened that you didn't achieve your goals? Ever happened?
Yes.
Right? Happens, right? Especially when you never used to set them. See, you start doing something new. I'll tell you something very interesting about games. How many of you play games in this room? Let me see a show of hands. Okay, so less than 10% people. Now, those 10% people or anyone else sitting in this room, if a kid invites you to play a game, don't do it. You know why he'll beat you? He'll beat you big time.
Yes.
You know why he'll beat you big time? I'll give you an example. A kid invites you to play a game. Okay? And you're like, okay, let's get ready. It's a shooting game. And this kid knows everything, right? Pshoo man, pshoo man, pshoo man. You're like, oh my God, what's happening with me? Why? Why?
He has no fear.
He has no fear. What else?
Because he knows. He knows.
Because he knows. Because he knows where to point the gun and shoot. Make sense?
Yes.
Was he more skilled than you in that game? Yep, he was. You were lost, right? Because you had no idea of what's going to come out next. But you know what? He practiced. He practiced and he practiced and he practiced till he got good and good and good, and he was ready to beat you down. And that's what life does. You know, when I said that if the wealth was given equally to everyone, it will go back down there because they follow a system that works. They follow a system that actually works. And they believe in it. So the first thing you want to know is your belief system. A lot of us say we want to be millionaires, but you don't want to be. How do I know that? Because you know you want to be, but you're not doing anything close to what a millionaire should be doing. That's how I know. Make sense? So every time you say something to yourself, believe in it strong enough. Because when you start believing in it, things start to change. When you start believing in it, things start to change. Not a belief where you say, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. It's okay to be late if it's a traffic jam. Yeah, I want to be a millionaire. It's okay if you can't work this week. I understand Deepawali is going on. I want to be a millionaire. It's okay if the New Year comes, Christmas comes. That's all right. Happens to, everyone, No, it's not okay. If your belief system says it's okay, then something is wrong. Okay? So, here are a few tips that I'm going to give you today about changing your belief system. Right? The first thing you want to change, it's very important, is change your vocabulary. Don't change your belief, change your vocabulary. What if? Oh, that's not a good vocabulary. Well, what if the company closes down? What if this company is a scam? What if that happens and what if that happens? Now, change that vocabulary. Identify your prospects who have that vocabulary and see the difference. Help people change that vocabulary, but you can do that when you do it yourself. Right? So the first thing is to change your vocabulary. Make the coulds should be shoulds, should be must. I would want to do it, I will do it. I should do it, I would do it, I must do it. See the difference? Have you ever looked at a person who says, yeah, I think I can do that. Is that good enough? Yeah. And then you've got this guy who's totally crazy about it. I'm going to do it no matter what happens. I met one such guy. in Penang a couple of months ago, probably last year some point. I met this guy and said, what makes you so sure that you'll do smart media very good? And he was so amazed. He was like less than a week old in smart media, and he said that if I have to knock every single door in Penang, I'm going to knock every single door because I have to make it happen. I want to make sure every single door, every single person, every single neighborhood in Penang knows what smart media is. Wow. He had no idea what smart media was, in the sense that he had no training, no prior experience about building networks and things like that. But that was a nice place to start with. His vocabulary was amazing. But that's one way of building the business. That's one way of building your life. Your vocabulary needs to change. Question every single thing. Why? Because you have set patterns that work in your life. Where you're like, it's okay. You know, last year at Raya, I was training 50 or 100 people, I can't remember exactly, on the day of Raya, and I told people, you know, that's where you set standards. Not because I had to, but because I wanted to. That's the difference. You can only go that far in life, but if you want to go further than that, you'll have to take it. It won't come to you. You won't get a knock on your door from the delivery boy saying, are you whoever you are? All right, okay, can I see your ID? Here's $1 million for you. Life doesn't do that. You have to go and get it. But if you want to go and get it, you have to make those changes. And first is vocabulary. Why is vocabulary so important? Because when you start changing the words, your mind starts thinking differently. When you start changing the words, what happens? Your mind starts thinking differently. Make sense? I will do it. Can I do it? Two different things. Mind will respond in two different ways. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? No, you can't. You don't know how to talk to people. You're such a failure. Da 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 da. Right? I will do it. The mind is like, oh, okay, you might be right. Right? Oh, oh, watch out. I'm coming. See what vocabulary does? So that's the first thing you want to change. To change what? To change your belief system. You have a belief system that didn't happen last night. You have a belief system based on what the events that have experienced and happened in your life. So if you want to change it, change your vocabulary. The first thing you want to change is change your vocabulary. What's the second thing? Change your physiology. I'll share, one of my mentors is Anthony Robbins. Right? And if you don't know, Google him. He is the person. I'm so fascinated about this guy. You know, he's doing amazing stuff all around the world now. 30 million people know him, heard him, read him, seen him. How about that for a start? Now this guy, he says that when he was poor and broke, he's a multi-billionaire today, who owns I think 13 different companies. He said that when I was poor and broke, my mentor told me, his mentor told him that if you don't have money in your wallet, what do? Put a $100 bill, put a few empty notes, and put another $100 bill. Make your wallet fat when you're carrying it. And when you take it out, hey, come on, that's not fair, you know. That's like faking it. Fake it till you make it. if that's what's going to work. Why, did he feel good about it? Yeah, he did. He constantly didn't think that he was poor. He constantly started thinking, whoa, that's like a lot of $100 bills there. Subconsciously, his mind started accepting that he was rich. Yeah. So a lot of people tell me that I'll be very happy when I have the money with me. I'll do all of that when I get the money. They put a condition to it. Don't do that. Because conditions are based on you driving your life with handbrakes on. That's it. How come there are people in worse scenarios, worse circumstances than you are in and doing 1,000 times, million times better than you? How come? So many of them. Just go and study their stories. See what you can get from them. So the second thing you want to change is what? Your physiology. Change your physiology. First, change your vocabulary. If you're going to change your physiology and you don't change your vocabulary, it won't work. A lot of people believe in affirmations. I kind of don't believe in that because, You see, what's going to happen is that if I walk out at night and I start saying, it's day, it's day, it's day, it doesn't become day. It is night. Right? If you don't change your vocabulary, okay, and you're working on your physiology, this is what's going to happen. Let's say you're really pissed off. Like, Tahir, I said change your physiology. Let's say you forgot about the vocabulary. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy. Can't you see I'm happy? Right? So that's what's going to happen with your physiology. You're not. Okay? In my 90 days getting started training, I do tell that if you do the right thing at the wrong time, you're going to get pain. That's it. It's true. You know, in 2008, 2009, people were buying properties in the United States. Wrong time. Good thing to do, but wrong time. Pain. That's what happens, right? So, how do you change your physiology? What would make you look good when you look in the mirror? Your attire. That's a good place to start from. Your attire. It would make me look good. So why are you not in your attire? Oh, let me make the money first. That's not going to happen. You'll have to do these things first before the money comes in, before even you see, because no one is going to knock on your door and give you the money. And the money will not come till you don't change these few small things. Change your attire. What else? Your gesture. Your posture. How does a successful person walk compared to a loser? Just like this, like this, like this, or high. Right? It's gesture, your posture. Your attire, your posture. Now, let me ask you a question. Could you imagine a moment in your life where you were really successful and you said, boy, I did it? Could you imagine a moment? Think about it. Think about it. Just think about it. Must have been a moment there. Say, I did it. What was your breathing pattern? Nice, huh? Really. Sometimes you might be catching breath. You might be too excited. It's happening. I did it. Right? What is the breathing pattern of someone who is depressed? A whole different pattern. You have to breathe anyways. Whole different pattern. Just change your breathing pattern. I'll give you an example. Kids are an amazing place to learn from. Have you noticed that, you know, those 4-5-year-old kids, they'll be walking and all of a sudden they'll be like, tuck, and then they'll keep walking and you're like, what just happened? Nothing. That's them. Or what we would do is that when it's raining and you've got this big water bottle, you're like, oh. The kid would be like, right?
Yes.
Be playful. If that's what it's going to take. Be playful. You can always be grumpy afterwards. Be playful. Physiology. Change your physiology. You were that kid once, not me. So think hard. Physiology. So you change your vocabulary. You question every single thing. How do you change your vocabulary? By putting words that you've not been using. It will produce amazing results. I'll tell you when you will start to realize those results. When people will come and say, are you okay? You know, what do you mean? You're behaving a bit weird today. so that's when you'll start seeing different results. Vocabulary, physiology will do what? Will start changing your belief system. Now, it won't take you the next 10 years to do that. You can do that instant. Every time you question yourself, I should have done this right. I could have done it. I will do it. I must. You change it. That will make your belief system go on a whole different level. The third and the last is, does anyone know? Psychology. A lot of money is evil. Well, that's what I was taught when I grew up. I was also taught that if I get good grades, I'll get the best jobs and I'll live happily ever after. till I looked at people around me and I said, oh my God, that's not happily ever after for me. Right? So, change your psychology. Majority of the people live over here. In this world, in this system. We call them average people. I honestly do not understand how do they live there. Honestly, I can't. I'll give you a real example. A few days back, I was supposed to wake up at 9 in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I'm like, oh my God. All right, I had a meeting at 10 o'clock. And then I did back to back till almost 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. All right? Now, if I do my 10th meeting, it's as powerful as the first one. And we'll talk about that a bit later on, why or how. What I looked back and said, oh my God, how do these people wake up at 6:30 in the morning? The traffic starts at 6:30, and then they've got the whole life, day after day, doing that repeatedly, week after week, month after month, year after year. Oh, I don't know how they do that. Yeah? Average. Today is not about being average. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Today is not about being good either. See, average for me is like having chicken pox. I mean, there are a lot of people, I'm average, I'm very happy. Most people plan their weekends, but they fail to plan their lives, you know that. You know, I can't invite 5 people. Boy, you had a party this weekend, didn't you? How did you do that? Who trained you? Right? Most people are average. They live in that world. They don't want to get out. I'm not going to talk about average. Average is like chicken pox. You're like, how can you be average? You have to be better than that. Good. Now, good has a serious issue. Some people are good and they think they are the best. That's wrong. Good is good. Good people are there. Average people are there. Here are the best. Good is not good enough. You have to be the best. If you're not the best, you're not there. You're there. For a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with that, but for a lot of people, they say no to that. You have to go there. So every time I say, good, not good enough. How are you? I'm doing fine. Really? I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Now don't make it up. Feel it. Because if you can't feel it, I feel like shit. Oh really? Why? Now, I've got people saying, I feel awesome. But they feel shit. I know that. Right? Physiology, I can see that. Haven't you seen that before?
Yes.
We have. We have. Right? So don't kid yourself. Change your psychology. How else can you change your psychology? By questioning every single thing. Did you remember that? I don't know who was that guy who questioned why does an apple fall down? Newton. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
Newton.
Newton.
Yes.
Newton, right? Why does an apple fall down? Why does it not go up? What a question for a kid. Right? Question. Why? Because it will give you the opportunity to learn. If someone tells you your question is stupid, they are stupid. There's no question known as stupid. The greatest people learned by questioning things that they were doing. Vocabulary, physiology, psychology will do what? Will change your belief system. And how soon can you do this? You can do this overnight, but you have to keep doing it regularly. Zig Ziglar said that motivation doesn't last long. So does bathing. So bathe every day, get motivated, right? So you need to practice these things consistently till they become a habit. If Robert Kiyosaki says that winning is a habit, he says that winning with this system is a habit. Not with a negative mindset, not with a wrong belief system, not with all the wrong things over here. No, it won't become a habit. And then you can always keep saying, oh, I keep doing everything that you're telling me, but it's not working for me. Right? If I tell in my 90 days, invite people, be excited. They're like, oh, I'm excited. But they're not. Because in their physiology, we can't see that. Make sense? So when you practice the trainings that are given to you, that are taught to you, do it with 100% committed. With commitment, with all those things. Every single fiber in your body has to be with you. And if it's not there with you, step back and see what's wrong. Fix it. Because you can't go building smart media, being the top 5% with handbrakes on, I can assure you that. Because the ones with the handbrakes on, depending how far the handbrake is on, stay there or even quit. I had people who told me smart media wouldn't work in Malaysia a year ago, 16 months ago. I have no idea where those people are today. Right? But the courageous one who made the decision is what we see today. We have made decisions which we couldn't have made without having the faith in doing what we do. Now, belief is important, but belief needs to be backed up by your faith. So what is faith? Taking that first step. That's faith. You can't see the whole staircase. Most people get lost in the process. For example, let's say you want to lose weight. Oh my God. Lose weight? Yeah, you said you're fat, you want to lose weight. Oh my God. Did I say that? I'll tell you a real story. A friend of mine, I was living with a few months back. He said, I want to lose weight. Oh, fantastic. All right, great. Okay, go ahead and do it. First day of gym. Oh my God. Second day of gym. Oh my God. Third day. I love my fats. Wow. Are you going to lose weight like that? Wow, what a self-assurance. Why? Because you couldn't take the pain to do it.
My fats love me.
Oh, fats love me. Another one, right? Great. So you know what needs to be done, but you act otherwise. That is where the challenge is. It's like, looking for the sun driving in the east, looking for the sunset driving in the east. Same thing. Why people don't do that? You walk, you stop this, excuse me sir, walking on the street. Would you like to earn money? Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes. Would you act? Most of us, you've met a lot of prospects. Most of us would love to make the money. They won't even make that decision of coming in a professional package or a basic package. How sad is that? But that's them, right? And you've come from there and moving forward. Now here's the other thing I learned about people, is that no matter what level they're on, always add value. Come in at their level, add value. Day before yesterday, I met a guy from Syria. He lives in Malaysia. Syria is an Arab country in the Middle East. I was very excited. After finishing the whole presentation, he was like, looks good on the screen. I said, what do you mean? Come on, who earns money on the internet? But internet created more millionaires. No, because of internet, a lot of people lost money. Oh, wow, we lived in a whole different world. Sure, we live on the same planet. Huh? So people have belief systems. You can't change them all of a sudden, but do your best by adding value. Jobson gives you that, isn't it? So give them, hey, you know what, you don't have to do anything. Have a look at this website. If this is not good enough, this business probably is not for you. That's it. Don't keep running after them. Make sense? Add value, no matter at what level. And maybe come down at their level and add value. Maybe where you're saying they can't see what you're talking about. If I start doing majority of this training with newcomers, they will think I've gone crazy. Make sense? Right? Because everything is not for everyone. If it was that easy, then university will be like, first day, second day you're graduated. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Right? So let's talk about faith. To believe in something, you need to have faith. And that's your core inside value there. Can you take that first step? Can you take that first step when you can't see the ladder? A lot of people said that, William Shakespeare, right? Oh, he was a genius, right? Yeah, but he became a genius while he was writing Hamlet. He became a genius when he did all those masters. He became a genius in the process. Make sense? So faith is that first step that you need to take. You want to be a millionaire? Who are you kidding? If you're not ready to take that first step, I want to be a millionaire, but with handbrakes on. Millionaires don't become millionaires with handbrakes. Millionaires go all out. They take massive action. Till someone doesn't come and tell you you're crazy, you're not doing it right. That's what these guys do. These guys have done crazy stuff. Did you know that 65% of the Fortune 500 companies today started in depression? Started when there was a panic, an attack, the collapse of the economy. More than 65% of the Fortune 500 companies started there. So when people were panicking, some people were busy doing the right thing. Best investors know how to earn money when the market goes up and when the market goes down. Oh, how do you earn money when the market goes up? Best investors know how to do that. So if something doesn't happen in your business, what do? What kind of faith do you have? Take everything and run away. But that won't help you. If your faith doesn't mean that when the first challenge comes in, you just run away. Pay-per-click took a while to come, isn't it? Yobson Mobile is still not yet there. So there's so many things that can happen where you say, oh my God, this is not working for me. Your faith is not strong enough. That's what it needs to be strong enough. Why did I come to Malaysia knowing 2 people? Because I knew that the company might run away? Is that what my faith system was? Because I thought that maybe something might happen, let's give it a shot? Is that what I was thinking? No. I was certain to an extent that I was ready not to sleep if I'm ready to meet someone to show him what smart media is all about. I used to sleep 3 hours, 4 hours a day to do presentations. I've done presentations in Malaysia, in Penang, when I came, your petrol stations, it has a mini mart kind of a thing. That mini mart, if you go behind that, there's a small office where someone sits. Right? That office, I can't stretch my hand like that. And I've even done presentations over there when I came to Penang, when I came to Malaysia. I'm on a total different crazy mode. What was I looking for? These kind of people. I was looking for all those crazy people who are just like me. That's what I was looking for. Wasn't that hard? A lot of people would look at what I did and say, oh my God, how did he do it? Have faith. How do you get that? Your belief system. And all of that comprises of your faith. If you don't have this, you're not going to go far. If you have all of this without faith, something is missing, right? Belief without faith is what? Empty, nothing, zero. So this is the key ingredient to your belief system. With me? Okay? So what are we talking about? The 5% people in the world. Now, there are 2 kinds of belief systems. Okay? So let's talk about these 2 kinds of belief systems. The first one is limiting belief. A belief that limits you from moving forward. A belief that limits you from moving forward. We all have these. We all have these, otherwise we would already be here. A belief that limits you from moving forward. Consciously or unconsciously, you have that within you. Let me give you an example. Most people, let's just talk about relationships. Most people get into relationships to get something out of it. Pretty selfish. Most people do that. That's a belief system. How come that guy doesn't love me? Or doesn't love me enough? If you get into a relationship to give, you've got a whole different belief system. A belief system that will not limit you. Do something else which we'll talk about in a while. But if your belief system is limited, boy, you're done. Because your handbrakes are full on. You're like, I can't go faster than that. Like 2 kilometers an hour. You can't do more than that. Eventually your engine will burn out. Make sense? You know, Dubai is not one of the best places to get a driving license. It took me, I think, 2 years to get a driving license in Dubai. In Dubai, a driving license used to be considered as a qualification because they were very strict. They had like 80 points that you have to, and if you fail one of those, boom, you don't get a license. So I still remember that, we were sitting in a car, but this guy starts driving the car with the handbrakes on. So this Arab guy, the inspector is sitting right next to him on the passenger seat. Now, in Dubai, we have left-hand driving. So the driver is sitting there, on the right side the passenger guy is sitting. And this guy is driving, we're sitting at the back. The guy is making all kinds of funny noises. He didn't realize that his handbrakes were on. And this guy got really pissed off and said, "What are you doing?" We could smell the tire burning. And he got so pissed off, he put his handbrake on, his car just left. He put the handbrake again. He told him, fail. He crossed the whole thing and he told him to go and stand there. I saw this happen. I was pretty shaky at that time. I was like, oh my God. You get nervous when you don't get your license, or they fail you. So that's how most of us drive our cars. Sometimes you put the handbrake down and then you pull it back again and it spins. And that's how we drive our lives, because of the limiting belief systems we have. Think about the first day when you joined Smart Media. Why? Why? What happened? Think about today. What happened? Think about that kid you used to be. You want to be the Superman and the Iron Man and all those guys. You want to be the pilot and the engineer and the doctor. What happened? Life happened. A lot of people say that. No, life didn't happen. Life always keeps happening. It's the limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are beliefs that limit you from moving forward towards what you want to achieve in your life. I want to be a millionaire. Hey, how come I'm not getting there? Because your beliefs don't allow you to get there. Because your sleep might be more important than success. Because your weekend might be more important. Because traffic jam is more important than you being on time. That's how I look at it. From my perspective, wow, a whole different perspective. Same situation, different perspective. Don't let your beliefs limit you. I met a guy, great guy, in our smart media business a few weeks back, and he's a great speaker, one of the best I've seen in the country. And he said that, Tahir, I really want to build this business. I really want to do it. All energy, all fired up, all passionate, but I'm not able to do it. I have that thing inside. What is that thing? That was the limiting belief. If something bad happened with his previous companies, with all the energy he had, he went out with every single thing till he burned himself and they put him down. Are you going to live there? Or are you going to live here? Because, see, we all have experiences in our lives we can look at and let them define us, or we can change them. We've been in what? Good and bad relationships? Companies that ran away and companies that are still there? What did you get out of it? A guy can be in a relationship or a girl can be in a relationship and say, oh my God, I'm not going to love anyone ever again. Because that guy did that to me. And then there's this other guy or a girl that says, oh my God, because of that what's happened to me, boy, I'm a whole different person today. Right? Is your belief going to limit you? Because the only way it's going to limit you is if you stay in your past. If you stay in that experience. So if you stay there, your thoughts, you can change it. You can change it by doing the things that I shared with you a while ago. Limiting beliefs. How do you overcome limiting beliefs? We have something else. Empowering beliefs. So there are limiting beliefs, but then there are empowering beliefs. Beliefs that's going to empower you. No matter how bad a situation you are in, you choose. I'll teach you something amazing today. You can take this back home, use this technique in anything that you do in life, and the life will have a whole different meaning. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to teach you that. And I learned from Anthony Robbins, some of the best people out there. And they've been doing it very successfully. So an empowering belief is a belief that allows you to go from where you are to where you want to be. For example, let's say that, oh my God, in Malaysia it's very hard to build smart media. People don't understand this business in Malaysia. One way of looking at it, let's talk about some other country. Let's talk about Nigeria, for example. Oh my God, how will people pay $125 in Nigeria? That's a lot of money for them. They just can't do it. Or India, can't do it. Limiting belief. You want an empowering belief? Look at people who have all the kind of money in the world. You know, when people came and told me that smart media wouldn't work in Malaysia, I just couldn't understand why they said it. I didn't question myself. I just couldn't understand why they said it. Because I did the numbers, 18 million users and growing. The government supports the internet project with fiber optics that has already come out and getting better. They had the belief system in which they lived from the past. Whereas I was looking at the empowering belief system. Now, if someone comes and tells me, you know, it's not easy to do network marketing in Malaysia, you know what I'll tell them? Go and live in Mumbai. Go and live in Karachi for 30 days and then come back and tell me that. I was in Karachi building smart media. 18 hours, those guys don't have electricity in a day. Wow! And you guys want to complain about life. Wow. See, so when you are in a place where your belief is limited and questioned, you look at people who were in worse scenarios than you who did better. That's where your empowering beliefs come in. Happened to me in real estate. I lost close to 16 million US dollars. Once again, 16 million US dollars. No, that was not a slip of tongue. I lost 16 million US dollars. It took 90 days for me to lose that kind of money. Whoa, so what do? Could have lived there with my limiting belief. It doesn't work. I could have done something else better than that. That's when smart media happened to me. Wow. A bigger calling. That's how I look at it. Empowering belief. I could have lived there and said, oh my God. Or I could have said, whoa. God, that's the reason why you did that to me? So I can go and touch lives of hundreds and thousands of millions of people through smart media technologies. Whoa. That's one way of challenging your belief system to what it could be. Most people in 2008 and 2009 committed suicide when stock markets went down, when Wall Street went down. Limiting beliefs. You don't have to. You always have a choice. You know, people say, I didn't have a choice. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. Your choices are what made you where you are today. Do you have that courage, that guts to accept that? Because the sooner you accept, the quicker you're going to fix it. That's your empowering beliefs. Who controls your limiting beliefs? You. Not your parents, not anyone else, not the government, you. And how can you change it? Through the choices that you make. That's it. It's you. So my upline isn't there for me. My downline isn't working. It's not about your upline or downline or your sideline. It's about you. It's you. You know, there's something known as law of attraction. I'm pretty sure that pretty much everyone in this room at least knows the literal meaning of law of attraction. It works. If you're going to attract crap, you're going to get crap. That's how the law works. You know, Brian Tracy says, if you don't like the laws of this universe, change your planet. Right? I can't put mango seeds and expect an apple tree to come out. That's not how the law works. Right? So that's how most of us work our lives. See, it's the seeds that you plant under when you're building your smart media. But these small seeds, you know. These small seeds do what? They start sprouting, and what do you get?
Big old tree.
A tree with all the leaves coming up, all that. Now if you put seeds over here, Oh, this weekend I had to watch that game. It was very important. This was Deepavali. This was my graduation day. Someone died over there. Couldn't do that. I don't see the tree. My God, smart meter doesn't work for me. Well, I've got news for you. In this life, the life that we live, success is like, if you could imagine a person who has success, it looks for you. It looks for you. It's looking for you. If you're there, it's going to take you. That's what success does to you. But success is absolutely not unfair. Success is absolutely not unfair. Success will only come to those who do enough to deserve it. That's it. Now you can cry and do all the whining, all the best with that, but that's what success does to you. So if you're not successful in any area of your life, have a whole different definition of it. You know why? Because it's true. When you go back home, you're like, hey, Tahir said that success is looking for us. So it means because success didn't find us, something is not right. We're not doing something. Right? So here's the thing about life. It's harsh, it's true. Okay? I'd rather be harsh and true than show you the rosy picture, right? So life will not give what you dreamed of, what you worked hard for. It will give you what you deserve. That's the word. That's it. That's what life will give you. Life will give you what you deserve. Just the way, if you don't plant those seeds, you won't have a tree. If you plant the wrong seeds, I don't believe in small media. I don't think the company will last. I don't think, my upline is very bad, very, very rude to me. My downline just disappeared. What will you have over here? Nothing. Yeah, it's just like chanting, going out in your garden and saying, I don't have any weeds, I don't have any weeds, and all you can see is weeds. Very positive. It won't work. You have to do something more than just being positive. This is the tree of life. What you plant in your life is what it's going to give you. That's how the law works. A farmer doesn't go and tell God, oh God, please give me the best crops. I'll promise you I'll work hard next season. Does it work that way? Will your business work that way? People come and say, you know what, show me your income first. And let's say it's your day one of doing smart media. You're like, come on. It's like, show me the apples first before I plant the seeds. That's the wrong world, right? You're in the wrong world. So that's what the law of universe is. That's how it works. There are no shortcuts to it. You can do this quicker and faster and get the tree as high up as you want. And I'll share one more example about this when it comes to, but let me just drop some of this. So you're good with limiting and empowering beliefs, right? Now how can you make this change from a limiting to an empowering belief literally in a second? How can you do that? So two people in the same situation give two different results. Oprah was there, Mother Teresa, and so many people, so many of them. How soon can you change this? That fast. Let me go and study. Let me see it. Let me read a few books. Let me see a few tapes. No, the change is fast. And how do you do that? You act. That's important. You can do all the theory as much as you want. You need to act to do that. Now, a guy is in a situation, very painful situation. He says, oh my God, God, why did you do this to me? I'm a good person. I took care of my family. Why did you do this to me? The other guy says, oh my God, God, thank you very much for the problems I have today. For I wouldn't have grown to what I am today because of the problems I'm in. How many people live their lives like that? Not how many people know. How many people live? You see all those nice, lovely statuses on Facebook. Like. How many do you follow and act upon? I'll tell you something very interesting about my Facebook statuses. I usually don't do this in training, something personal to me. Every single status that you would see on my Facebook from the day I joined Facebook till today is what I have personally gone through in life at some point or the other or experienced it. That's one of my things that otherwise I wouldn't put it there. Or I would have met someone who has influenced me with their experience so much that I've actually put it there. Otherwise I wouldn't put it. I believe in it and I follow what I put it over there. Just to give you an example, nothing to do with the training we're doing right now, but how soon can you change? In an instant. And that's the difference. Jim Rohn says, don't ask God to give you less problems. Why? Because when the wind blows, the sails are up. Some boats will be crushed, some will be sailing the furthest. So don't complain about the wind. Get your sails up right. It's happening. Didn't people live in 2008, 2009? People who invested in 2008, 2009 during the recession probably would be turning out multi-millionaires. Some of them already are. Wow. When the world was panicking. Right? Because the minority is where the maximum success, the maximum money, the maximum glory, or however you want to put it, is over there. And that's because of these factors that I'm discussing. Limiting belief can be changed into empowering belief when you question your belief system. You can be in pain. There's nothing wrong to be in pain. You know, what does pain mean? Pain means you're growing. It only means you're not growing if you whine about it. Right? Les Brown says, no matter how strong you think you are, life will knock you down. Doesn't matter how strong you are, it knocks down everyone. Did any one of you in this room get a courier service with $1 million? I mean, are you expecting anything soon? No, because that's not how life works. It will knock you down. You feel you're strong, it will knock you down. See, it's not the knocks that you get that will put you down. It's the courage you will have to get back up every time you're knocked down. It's the courage to get back up every time you're knocked down. That is what life is all about. Life will happen. Life will catch you on the hindsight when you're not looking at it. Oh my God. You could have said, why me? Well, because you were the chosen one. It's me because I'm the chosen one. Right? Two situations, whole different results. So every time something doesn't work in smart media for you, ask this question. And the outcome depends on you. The outcome depends on you. Okay? Now, I'll give you a tip on how you can help change this. And this is not like a one-time thing. You have to do this on every occasion where you're getting knocked down or you're stopping yourself from moving forward. Okay? So this is what I'll do. There are three things that we do all the time, consciously or subconsciously. We do it all the time with pretty much any and every situation. What's that? The first thing is, whatever happens, the first thing that comes is the thought. First thing is the thought. So, you were coming here, the thought. You must be having some kind of expectations, right? The second thing is when you get that thought, I'll give you a more graphical example. Let's say you're driving a car. God forbid, someone just boom hits you. You probably are thinking, why my life is like, boom, someone hits you. The meaning. What was the thought? What was the thought? Reckless driver, let me just get my car, pull up and I'll tell you the meaning. What is the meaning you're going to give from the thought that happened? And the last thing is, based on the meaning that you give, you will take the action that the meaning will hold. Literally anything. Think about anything. Think about a prospect who walked in his shorts with bathroom slippers. The first thing, the thought, oh my God. The meaning, oh no, not this guy. The action. What kind of a presentation you would be doing? Right? A thought, right? So everything starts with that thought. Whether you want it or not, it's going to happen. That's how our mind works. unless someone is retarded or something, right? So a thought gives the meaning because of which you take the action. The meaning, you can't control the thought, but the meaning you give that thought, that situation, controls the action or the result that you get. Work on this. I still remember a friend of mine, he invited me to a seminar a long time ago. He did something pretty interesting, and I'll see if I can have a volunteer to do that. A lot of people say, let me try and do that. Okay? I'll see what I can do. Let me try. So he said that there's nothing in the world known as try. Excuse me? I grew up, 20 years I was taught, try and you'll get better. Okay? He says, no, that's for the 95%. Now you're not no more there. For the 5%, there's nothing known as try. I'll give you I'll prove it to you. All right, I'm going to leave a pen or leave this marker over here. What I want you to do is that, now the result is to pick up the marker, okay? But try picking up the marker. Try picking up the marker. No, try. Keep the marker down, keep trying.
Try using the...
I'll ask you tomorrow again. If you got it. It won't work.
Yes.
I was shocked when someone did this with me for the first time. I'm like, whoa, you're right. Subconsciously, I've been trying a lot of things. Right? And a good way of not doing it.
Try.
It wouldn't work. So when you talk about changing your vocabulary, change it. Stop using the word try. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try doing it. I'm going to do it. Which one is better?
Do it.
I'm going to do it. So start saying that to yourself. Next time someone asks you, how are you doing? Tell them how you feel. Don't tell them I'm doing awesome. And they're like, does it look like? Oh, I feel great. I feel fantastic. I'm doing okay. I'm fine. I feel like shit. Tell them. Or at least be honest to yourself about it. Okay? Start with that. Affirmation is good, but live in the real world with it. Okay? And what do I mean by that? So when you go out and you say it's morning, and it's night, people will think you're crazy. Okay? Like how Jim Rohn said that if motivation was good enough, motivate an idiot, you get an idiot, a motivated idiot. If motivation was all you needed, I would make you stand on this table and start jumping with all the motivation that we can do. I wish it was as simple as that. That's not enough. It might be necessary to do a bit of it, but not enough. Because if you don't have the values and you're motivating an idiot or motivating a person who's going in the wrong direction, he is so motivated to do all the wrong things now. Whoa, what did he just do? Right? Makes sense? So let's come back here. Let's look at different situations that happen in our life. I know people who would fight after the accident, as if someone purposely tried to kill them, but which is not true, right? So the thought is going to happen. The situation is going to happen. Can you control the situation? No, you can't. You can only control the actions that you take. Anything else, apart from that, you can't control it. But what can you control? The meaning you're going to give. The meaning you're going to give. 18th of January will be a day history will be created in South Asia, not just Malaysia. For some people it's just being in Gunting. For some people it will just be a recognition event. For a lot of people history will be created. Whole different mindset. A bunch of crazy people got together and said, let's create history. And I'm very proud to say that Leshmi happens to be one of them. So I'd like you all to give her a big, big round of applause for her. Leshmi is one of our mastermind group members, and without her, and every single person on that group, this history that we're going to create on 18th of Jan wouldn't be happening. You, your loved ones, you want to be here, make sure you're there. Of course, on time. The meaning. So the thought, you can't control the meaning. The meaning is, where's my red marker? The meaning will define you. I grew up in my life being taught that being rich is not a very good thing. You know, when people get rich, they get very all mean and evil and all that. So that's the thought I had till I started meeting the rich people. I'm like, oh boy, no, this is not so true. Right? So change the meaning. And you can't do it just by doing it one time, okay, I'm good. No. Because you're in a habit of not doing it, get in a habit of doing it. Consciously and subconsciously. Because your meaning will determine the action you take. Every time I go into a meeting, I go talking to 100 people, 30 people, 800 people, what's important is the meaning. Why? Why am I going there? What's the whole idea? What can I give? It's never about getting. Here's the secret. You want to get in life? You want to be there? Give, 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 give. Keep giving. You know, while you keep doing that consistently, you know what you're going to realize? Boy, you're there. That's it. Keep giving, keep giving, keep giving. Keep giving whatever you can. Contribute in ways they can't imagine. If you can give more than what you can get, you're successful. How about that? A one-line definition of success. If you can give more than what you can get, you made it. Made it big. Aren't we in an amazing business where someone would pay us money to do that? Islam India pays you money. Remember your team commissions, your 3-level matching bonus. You keep giving. And the more you give, the more you get. Just go deep down there. Your upline isn't there, so what? Who cares? I didn't join because my upline was there. I joined because of my dreams. How important are your dreams? It depends on the meaning you're going to give. If your dreams are weak enough that some guy walking on the street can actually snatch it from you, boy, you're so weak. If your dreams are weak enough that you are more happy doing all these plantation, the wrong ones, the red ones, boy, you're so wrong, because that's not going to help. Success leaves clues behind. There you go. You know, I wish we lived in a world where we can plant apple and mango comes out. You know, oh wow, it worked, so let me try. It doesn't work that way. You know, it's like a student saying, you know what, give me a good job and then I'll show you how good I can study. Sorry, we don't live in that world. It's the meaning, guys. It's the meaning. The thought, the situation is going to happen to you. What is the outcome? You know what I did when I got surrounded with all these, you know, negativities and you know, when you're doing great, everyone is around you. When you're doing bad, you come to know who your good friends are, right? So what did I do at that point? I'm like, okay, I need to give a meaning. What's the meaning? My meaning should be an empowering belief. I'm already there. You know, I thought I saw my rock bottom till I lost money. Boy, it was not the money. For me, it was never the money, it was the people. You came to know who your real friends are, isn't it? So, the meaning. So what did I do? I surrounded myself with all great positive things. I thought about my experience when I was with Anthony Robbins walking on the fire. 2005. Okay? 2005, this guy says that you have to sign this letter. It's more like your death certificate, you know. And that if anything happens to you and the company is not responsible and you waive the company off for 3rd-degree burns and if you die in the hospital or if you die on the spot. Sign that and so you can, you know, walk. Oh, okay, all right. And then he says that you're going to walk on a coal that burns at 10,000 degrees. You're going to walk on a coal bare feet, not with your shoes, bare feet on a coal that burns 10,000 degrees, 12 feet long. Wow. So before he makes you walk, he actually brings you a few hours before just to show you how the coal is burning. I'll give you an idea. If the coal is there on this first table and I'm standing here, I can't take the heat. That's how much it is burning. So they're burning to make it reach at 10,000 degrees. There was press, and this happens every year. The press comes. This was in England, in Excel. So the press comes over there just to check, you know, and all that. So there's no scam going on there. And then he made you walk. He made you walk. After you walk on that coal, whoa, he says life will never be the same again. So if you can do that, you can do anything. What changed? A lot of people would answer, the coal changed. No, the coal didn't change you. It's the meaning. It's the meaning that you started giving to your life. Your action has changed because of the meaning that you gave to the thing that happened. So I looked back and I said, hey, I'm going to surround myself with all those good things. With all those good things. Boy, that's not helping. Okay, I'm going to surround myself with all the great things. And then things started to happen. Right? Now, I'll give you an example. You have a thought, and you're not able to give the right meaning. It's impulsive, right? So let's say that someone, shouts at you. So what's the meaning? Well, okay, control. These guys are shouting. Okay, let's do it. Hand to hand, come. No. You have to grow out of that situation. So if you have been knocked deep down, you have to come out. Depends how deep down you were knocked. So I realized when I was knocked down, I was like, okay, I'm doing all this positive stuff, that's not helping. I need to go to a whole different level. Went to a whole different level. In 90 days, you must have heard that successful people focus, right? That's right. But you want to be there, the focus changed. Your focus has to be laser focused. Successful people are laser focused. Average is not in the dictionary. Average means nothing. Average means losing. I'll give you an example of that. I was a good student when I grew up. I was even a school captain, and once when I was in US studying, I was literally in tears. Literally in tears. So I want to talk to my parents, and I was like breathing, and I want to talk to them and tell them what's happening. They really got worried, especially my mom, you know how moms are. So she really got worried, what happened? And after like 4 minutes, Mom, I got a C grade in my software class, or whatever that class was. I couldn't take it. B for me is like failing, Wow. When I came in my real life, I realized, boy, my dad did a pretty good job. You know what he told me? Whatever you do in life, be the best. A is the best. A plus. We used to have A plus, A minus. In US, that's how they grade. So be A plus, that's it. Nothing less than that is good enough. That's what so C was like, oh my God, it's as good as I failed. I would be cursing myself. Boy, that's good standards to live with. I use the same standards in my life and what I do. My parents didn't understand for a decade what I did. Apart from a real estate business, which they kind of understood. But they were like, you know what? Doesn't matter. Go and touch people's life. I still don't know what you do. But go and touch people's life and do your best. That is all that matters. Wow. That's not what you were taught. I know a friend of mine, and he was like, look at your life, look at mine. I was so happy because I passed all the exams. Oh, whole different standard there, right? And then when these people come in real lives, they use these standards. Just pass will keep you there. Pass will keep you there. Good will keep you there. Best will bring you here. 95% people stay there. That's a huge number out there. Only 5% people make it. Because they are the best of the best. Once again, let's go back over here and see what's happening here. We want to do what? A shift in your limiting belief to an empowering belief. If your values are, someone says, I did the 90 days training. I did everything right. Your beliefs are not right. You have handbrakes while you're meeting people because you don't believe in it. They can't see that energy. They can't see that passion in you because the day they start seeing that, boy, you're going to be successful. Excitement is contagious. We heard that. Work on it, implement it, and you see it's going to be successful. A lot of people come to a motivational seminar, great. After 2 days, they're back to zero. That's not what I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do here is question every single meaning that you have given so far to your business, at least to your business. if not your personal life, and the action that has been constantly determining the results that you are taking today. 5-figure income earners, 30 days. How many of you are in a 5-figure income earner, 30 days? More than $3,000 in a month. Why not? The people who came after you, people who came 4 months, 5 months of being in smart media and not doing it, there are millionaires who will be created next year who have not even joined smart media. How about that? Where did Facebook come from? You want to talk about life? Where did Facebook come from? Out of nowhere. A guy who was expelled from Harvard University comes and sits with what? Last year he was sitting with Obama in March or April talking about economic recession. Boy, that's something. You know why? Because he's not there. And you know how crazy he was? If you've not seen the movie Social Network, or even if you've seen the movie, there's a board of Harvard University that comes and says, Mr. Zuckerberg, do you know what you've done? Mr. Zuckerberg, I did all of you a big favor. Excuse me? He was a whole different crazy guy. I networked your entire database by hacking into it. So, I did you a big favor. Whoa, expelled. Goes out and gets Facebook, as easy as it said. He was a whole different guy. Because the meaning he gave, he was like, oh no, the board of directors are here now. God knows what they will do to me. Oh my God, they expelled me. I don't have a future anymore. I mean, for me, failing was bad. Getting a C was bad. Boy, trying getting expelled from Harvard University and then going and building Facebook. Boy, it takes a lot of guts. And not just that. He had a whole different meaning. He had a whole different life. You want to look at late Steve Jobs, Apple. I'm very fascinated with this guy. So I went and watched his movie, Jobs. It's a pretty nice movie. Look at the positive part of the movie, right? It's pretty good stuff there. A meaning. He made decisions at a point where Apple was going bankrupt and he backed it up because of his beliefs. Not because of these beliefs, because of these beliefs. Any one of you sitting in this room can go to a country where you know 2 people and you can build a multi-million-dollar business. Do you believe? That's the question. Do you believe? Oh, let me go and do that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it doesn't work. Let me go back. No, there's no going back. Either you do it, either you die. How about then? Is your belief really that strong? You have to give it in. To give everything you've got. Till the last fiber. Till the last breath. Till before you collapse. That's when you make it there. That's when you make it there. Nothing less than that will get you there. You know, the best bodybuilders, what do they do on weekends? Sit, watch TV, eat beer and have popcorn? No, they work. And they work till it pains. And beyond that, you know, when your muscles are growing, that is what is needed. When you want to grow in life, in the situation you are, to the situation you are, it's gonna pain. It's gonna pain like hell. But aren't we already in pain in some point, in some form or the other? So why don't we use that pain to grow in life? I was in a lot of pain. I still remember in Penang, I was doing a presentation. I almost lost my voice during a presentation. It was like sign language, you know. And someone then just brings green tea, some Chinese green tea for me to have it. Tasted like shit. But in less than a minute, I finished it. You know why? Because my focus was not on how it tasted. My focus was, boy, this is not going to stop me from growing. It's not going to stop me from growing. The passion that I have when I'm having fever and doing a presentation is the same when I'm perfectly okay. No. Am I going to let my fever say, you know what, you're sick, you should be resting. Oh, Tahir, please go and rest. No, that's not the meaning I want. I want to grow bigger than that. So what? If I have to do it, I'll get it done. I've been sick last 3-4 days. As you can, I don't know if you can make out, I still don't have my voice back. Well, yesterday I did 8 meetings. Day before yesterday 6, 18 hours yesterday. The meaning. Someone calls me at 2:35 in the morning and says, we need you for a presentation. This guy needs to be in smart media. Boy, then I'm going to be there. Your priorities are very important. And you have to have the clarity why you are doing it. If you're in pain, why are you in that pain? I have no idea. That's not going to take you forward. If you don't know why you are in that pain and you're still doing it, you will quit. And you will quit very soon. Why? Because you have no idea. There's no clarity over there. What's the goal? Why you're going? That's what faith is all about. Faith shows you where you are. You can't see the process, but you know where you're going. What the end result is. That's what faith does to your belief system. Okay? So once again, no matter what the situation is, the thought will come. What meaning you give that thought is very important. You know, I was in Karachi in Ramada Hotel, a very nice hotel. We had round table sittings. There were 82 people in that coffee shop. We booked the whole coffee shop because, you know, we were just starting smart media over there. One guy walks up to me, all right, and he says, Mr. Tahir, you may not like this. He's talking to me, right? You may not like this. I'm absolutely not happy with your leadership. I think you're doing a pretty lousy job. And I smiled. It's happened. Okay. Can I control what he said? No. Can I bash him up? No. Right? So, it's the meaning. Did I get irritated, frustrated? No. The first thing I did is I smiled. And then I told this guy, the moment I smiled, you see, now I've got a whole different action result. So the moment I smiled, I said, Mr. Shahid, if you feel you can do a better job than me, I'm more than happy to just walk out right now. If you're okay with that. And I did. He freaked out. He freaked out, and then he became one of my greatest friends ever. Wow. In some places, people would have bashed him up. Right? So it's the meaning you're going to give. It's the meaning. You can give it a positive, negative. How are you going to tackle that particular situation? Someone came up, another funny incident. I was doing a presentation in Penang, and someone tells me, you shouldn't be doing this, especially being a foreigner. They can arrest you anytime. Wow! Wow. So what did I do? Pack up my bags, go back? No. Went out and we built the business where it stands for being a $4 million business. Now this is what we expect from January 2012 till December 2012. The next 12 months. $40 million in sales. If you think 4 million looks good, boy, we're just getting warmed up. 4 million is good. You're talking about being good today. Talking about being the best. And I'm very happy to say that it's not just me. It's Smart Media. Smart Media doesn't say that we'll be the best MLM company in the world. Oh, we want to be the top 500 technology. MLM is a great industry, but that's small. Let's talk about technology. MLM is great. Let's talk about technology. We'll be top 500 biggest technology companies in the world. That's where we're going with that. And in the process of going there, we will become one of the biggest MLM companies, or a company with an MLM income plan, the biggest ever in the history. That's why we're going with it. Boy, do I believe in it. I believe in it so strong that sometimes I can't sleep properly. No exaggeration. I'm like, whoa. I'm one of the top ones to take this company there. All of you listening are the top ones to take this company there. Are you taking it there? That's the question. That's the meaning. That's the action. You can do so much more than what you're doing right now. You know that. You know that you're on handbrakes. The question is, are you willing to take that energy, effort, action to put that handbrake down and go and keep moving forward? Well, one of my great friends, he earned more than $5 million with the last company, $5 million US, okay? With the last company I was with, and I asked him, hey, when you get exhausted, when you've done your presentation, when you've done your meetings, what keeps you going? I asked him. And he said that, Tahir, when there's nothing left in me, and I've given everything I had, that's when a small voice in my head says, you can do more. And that makes the difference between winning and losing. That makes the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. That makes the difference between the best to the average to the good. And that thing that keeps you going long time after your body, your voice, your mind said, stop, this is already enough. No, because I haven't reached where I want to be. I'm still not there yet. That is craziness. That is being a psycho in a nice way. That is where you want to be. That is the state of mind you have to be if you want to walk on the 10,000 degree fire. Otherwise you will burn your feet. And this fire thing I'm telling you, which by the way happened in real life with me, is just an analysis with your real life. Because that's what it's going to take. You die achieving your dreams or stay as an average for the rest of your life. Your choice. J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, considered as the 10 most powerful women in the world. She used to be in a refugee camp. And she shared the idea of Harry Potter with someone and said, are you crazy? Who's going to talk about Harry Potter? Boy, did she listen to that person. Right? And then this is what she said when she was successful receiving one of the awards. She said that it's sad that most people live their lives, but they are already dead. It's sad that you've lived your life, but you're dead long time before you lived your life. So I'd rather live my life dying each day and knowing that I've made the world a better place, knowing that I've achieved my dreams and changed the lives of my loved ones, than actually be dead long before I actually was. My choice. Some of the successful people, that's what they say. What is it going to be for you? Where are you going to go from here? Your choice. What am I doing here today? I'm just showing you, sharing with you things. For the things I'm sharing with you today, I went through at least more than 10,000 videos. I'm not a very good reader of a book, but I must have read at least 30 different books, and I've experienced 18 years of being in this industry, meeting great people like Anthony Robbins and Tom McCarthy to share what I'm sharing with you. I went through places to do all of this. So you don't have to go to all those places. So you know the secrets. All you have to do is say, okay, let's just agree on what this guy says. Let's test it. Let's see if it works. No handbrakes. Let's see if it works. Give it a shot and see what happens. Your choice. But if you go back and say, that was a nice day, that was a nice lecture. Next day, I don't know what he was talking about. I'd rather punch that guy. But it won't work. You have to make that change. Because if you go back and just go back to your life saying, okay, let life happen, life will happen anyways. You can be the captain of your ship if you want to be. Is it easy? No. Life will give you a very hard time. It does to everyone. But the reason it does give you the hard time is to shape you, to make you where you're not. Most people are too blinded to see that. I'll give you another example. Has it ever happened that one of your friends or someone you knew is in a problem and they come and tell you, oh, I'm really in that problem, and when you listen to that person, they're like, what? What is the problem? There is no problem from the point you're looking at. From their point, it's a big problem. So what do problems do? Problems every time come in your life. So we don't use the word, I never use the word problem. You'll never hear me saying in my personal life the word problem. I use the word challenge. Whole different mindset, right? When you say challenge, you're challenged. When it's ready, problem, oh my God. With me? Challenge. So when you're challenged, what do? I better, kick everything out of it and get it done. Most people don't do that. Most people would whine and cry about it. Right? Someone was telling me that, oh, Mr. Tahir, I couldn't do Smart Media for the last few days because I was actually having my exams going on. Oh, all right. So I asked this guy, so when did you go on Facebook last time? He laughed at me. He smiled at me. He said, I said, come on, you must be kidding yourself. Stop giving excuses. Every single reason that doesn't make you move forward is taking you a step back. Oh, I couldn't do it because someone died in my family. Oh, I bet they told you not to do it, right? If they died, they would have wanted you to be successful. It's okay to mourn, but move forward. Life will hit you and will keep hitting you. And if you don't give a better meaning that will empower your belief system, it will keep you down on the floor. It will not let you get up. Your choice. You will hear from people on 18th of January. It will bring tears to your eyes, what they've done. It did to mine. How in the circumstances they were, they did so much better than what an average person would do. It will. And that's what I live for. It's about making the world a better place. What drives me? Money is great, but it's never the money that should be your driving force. Because if money is your driving force, you start going to cheating people. It's okay, because I want to make money. You need to add value. If you learn how to add value, no matter how they are, wherever they are, to the best of what you can, to the best of what you can control, you've done your job. And I met some people who said, oh my God, I feel so bad for them. I said, why? Because I was in that situation and look where I am. Why? Look where you are. Why are you where you are? Why are they not there where you are? Because of the choices they've been making. You don't have to feel bad. I met someone who has a network of 300 plus people, or hitting 300 people, and she was telling me, I feel bad if they have a prospect and I can't go and do a presentation. Why? Or she cares about people, I understand that. But if you start doing that with 200 or 300 people in your network, you'll be dead very soon. Or you'll get frustrated, burn out and give up. That's not the right strategy of building the business, right? So while you want to go and add that value, build a system. You don't know how to build a system? Look at the system that we have in place. Plug people into that system. That's adding value. That's it. You give someone a free Yopson, that's adding value. A free Yopson, not the paid program. Paid program is like big deal. You probably might change their life forever. Something that very few people know. When I came to Penang, our success rate was so amazing by the standards of Penang that for almost 40 days, it's a real thing, for almost 40 days, not a single food bill was paid by me. Every time I would come, someone has paid my bill. Usually I would know who the people are. Most of the times I wouldn't even know who paid it. Where we were doing smart, where we started smart media from. I'm like, wow, it's never happened to me in any country before. The first time. Till I came to KL and people said, majority of the people in Penang are pretty stingy. I said, whoa, if they are stingy, they did a pretty good job. And that's what it is. It's the meaning, the belief pattern that you have. Like, wow, amazing, I was touched. Not because I couldn't pay the bill, but because it was like, whoa. That's how they are. So instead of looking at someone's weakness, look at what's positive about them. Yeah, you got all the time, your focus should be laser focus. Your laser focus says, oh, you got that thing's wrong in you. Then what's going to happen? That is positive in you. Great, let's work on your strengths. Let's improve your weaknesses. Let's work on your strengths. Your focus should be a laser focus that takes you in a direction to go forward. Right? For example, a lot of people say that I'm totally committed to building smart media. But, it rained, so I couldn't bring my prospects this Saturday. So how are you saying that you're committed? Because you're not. It's like being in a relationship and then having an affair. I'm totally committed to you, but I'm having an affair there. Wow, so much for being committed. So something is wrong with your vocabulary. Right? So these are those factors where you have to really take charge. And these are not big things, small things. Consistently, repeatedly, with a lot of pain, by the way, at times, none of us, I believe, over here are scared of being in pain. I don't believe that. But sometimes we are conditioned of fearing the pain. pain. We're not scared of pain. We've all been in some kind of pain or the other. Life will give you that. But the fear is what we are scared of. And that is an obstacle you need to overcome. With your laser focus, with your belief system, with the meaning and the action, there's nothing known as fear. False evidence appearing realistic, basic training, right? Fear is what? Fear is not a guy who's going to knock you down. Fear is going to be as big or as small as your imagination. So if your fear is big, guess what? Who is the creator of that fear? You. You know, when kids grew up, especially during my age, and when we wouldn't listen, moms would say, the boogeyman is going to come, you know, or that will happen to you, so we get scared, right? Some people actually lived with that all their lives. And they're like, fear, some kind of the other fear. But fear is an imagination that you created. The least you want to do is get rid of it. Now here's the thing. When I said get rid of it, the bad news is you will never get rid of it. Oh wow. So what are you going to do with that? Anthony Robbins says, dance with your fear. How do you do that? Since you can't get rid of it, you can make it as big or as small as you want it to be. Your fear can be that evil red monster with big, tongue and big teeth who's going to eat you up. Or your fear can be as small as a mosquito. It's up to you. You control that fear. Up to you. So you can't get rid of it, so you dance with it. How to dance with it? Here's a quick tip. Focus. Focus. And let it shrink. Constantly focus, close your eyes, let it shrink. Now if you're not letting that happen, it won't stay there. Are they going to shrink? Or are they going to get big? A lot of people have something called as telephone syndrome. I'm pretty sure you don't have any of those, otherwise you wouldn't be an LMB3 or 1 or 2 anyways, right? So they can't pick up the phone and talk to people. Can't do that. Fear. They bang the phone as if, it will help them. It's the fear. So imagine going down. Imagine going around, dance with your fear. Focus. And imagine it going away. Imagine it shrinking. Use your limiting beliefs with your empowering beliefs to change that. All of us have limiting beliefs. Otherwise, why would you be here? Be on a beach, retired, sipping through on a cruise ship, having fun or something, whatever you want to do in life. All of us have limiting beliefs. With me? So this is what you do. Apart from all the things I've taught you today, take these 3 things with you. Take these 3 things with you. Work on it consistently. One of the best ways to do it, one of your close friends or your upline, if you like them, tell them, correct me. If I'm not doing this, correct me. Cross-check each other. That's a good way of learning. Work as a team. That's a good way of learning. Okay? With me? Now, I'll leave you with the last thing. Why was I doing all of this stuff? To show you something very important. I'm going to rub all of this stuff. Okay, the last part. How many of you know about Hussain mobile? Everyone knows about it, right? Okay, good, all right. Why am I going to talk about it? Some of you have heard from me before. And I'm still going to talk about it is because of this tree that I just drew, kind of rubbed it. Let's talk about money now. Now all the things are to condition you to start from here. Use this as a benchmark to see if you're actually implementing what I shared with you. Before I tell you about Hussain Mobile, I want to tell you a real story. This story was last year published in Smart Media as well. Stephen Wright from Australia is my upline, a very respectful guy in the industry, has been in magazines, newspapers, a multi-millionaire, in this industry, so that's how big this guy is. He's a very good friend and a dear friend of mine, Carol, over there. With their last company, before they were actually in Swami, a telecommunications company, which actually didn't have a product. And they were about to launch their product very soon. They were about to launch their product very soon. So what Stephen did was, based on his experience, he believed in it. He said, I'm going to go all out and let everyone know before the product is launched. He did that. So let's say it took a few months to do that, and he started earning 2,900 to 3,000 US dollars a week. What Carol did was, Carol said, a few months, so I will wait. Okay, so this guy is building. Now, at this point of time, what happened is that the product actually got launched. At this point, the product actually got launched. So this is what happened. In about 90 days. Boy, Carol was very excited. Carol said, whoa, the product has been there. I'm going to go all out and now start sharing this product with every single person on this planet. She goes and does that. She starts earning around 2,000 US dollars a week. She was like, wow. She's very excited about it. She's very happy. Okay? But Stephen is like, hey, didn't I tell you the product will be launched to all these people? Guess what happened? He's still aggressively building the business. In about 90 days, his income crosses 30,000 US dollars a week. Yep. You do the right thing at the right time, what happens? You can always do the right thing afterwards, but if you do the right thing at the right time, what happens? Do you think Carol was happy? Only for a few days, till she found out what Stephen was earning. And she, because both of them are in smart media, are top best of the best leaders. Boy, she said that I'm never going to make that mistake ever again. It's a real story. Could you imagine this happening to you? Could you imagine this happening to you? I'll give you another story before I tell you about Jobs and Mobile, a true story. I don't know how many of you know that when Microsoft was starting, when Bill Gates wanted to start Microsoft, he actually borrowed or purchased a few lines of codes from Cisco systems. Borrowed or purchased, I don't know, because a lot of people say he borrowed a few lines of codes from Cisco systems to start what Microsoft stands for today. How did he do that? How many of you know Cisco systems? And how many of you know Microsoft? Pretty obvious answer. How big is Cisco systems? How big is Microsoft? And then when he did that, his first clients were IBM. By the way, he went to IBM and told them, you should have a software division. What are you talking about? We build computers. What am I trying to say? Then let me tell you what I'm trying to say. Was he crazy enough? Yeah. Some guy, 25 years ago, he says that every house will have an operating system. People thought he's crazy. He's just too consumed with what he's doing. So was Steve Jobs. So what did Bill Gates say? Every house, because at that time the computer was half the size of this room. At that point, every house, how big will the house be? People didn't have the vision to imagine that it's going to get better and better, right? Now, why is that important with Jobson? Because in Jobson, currently, you all have a chance to earn a fortune. I'm not talking about you earning some extra money. I'm talking about you all having a chance to earn a fortune. Do you even know what Jobson Mobile is going to do? A lot of big companies have apps. What's the word of that, right? Yep. And if you click on their app and install it, whether you're playing games or doing whatever you're doing, pretty much every single app is advertising with one difference. You don't get anything. Right? How many apps? I think my phone alone should be having around 40 or 50 apps. So the best of the best. Free or paid, doesn't matter. Jobson Mobile changes that forever. Jobson Mobile becomes the first company in the history of mankind to change that. We already became when we did pay-per-click. We're the only company in the world that pays pay-per-click on viral network of free users. No one else does, not even Google Ads.